Isabella and Kayden, welcome to Cherry the Geek TV. You are both stars of the new Disney Channel series, The Villains of Valley View. Give our viewers a peek into what the show is. What is The Villains of Valley View, and who are your characters in the show?
So, The Villains of Valley View is about, it starts out with my character, Havoc, or Amy, she has two names, standing up to the head of the League of Villains on behalf of her mom. And she loses her temper, and things kind of go awry, and they end up getting exiled, and they're on the run. And they can't be caught by supervillains, but they also can't be caught by superheroes. So they hide out in a suburban town in Texas where no one really goes. And it's called Valley View, and it's a real place, and the population is about 900 people. And it's very true to the story because it's a very small town. And that's where they meet Hartley and her grandma Celia, but Hartley basically becomes Amy's, other half, her best friend. I mean, if you could have a friend that's a soulmate, that's definitely what she is for Amy. And in real life, that's what Kayden is for me. So,
So Kayden, you're the sweet girl, the good girl. You're not a villain, right? Do you
No.
want to be a villain at some point? Do you think there's a villain inside of you?
Inside of me specifically, or Hartley, because that is a big difference. I mean, Hartley, I feel, she's very kind and outgoing. She loves helping others and in the community. But, meeting Amy and the Maddens, I think definitely has an effect on her and definitely influences her to, not let people take advantage of her and, stand up for herself more. But yeah, I would say Hartley may not have superpowers, but her power is kindness. So I will say that.
So you just talked about Hartley. Let's talk about you for a second. I understand that behind the scenes, you might be a villain. You are responsible, correct me if I'm wrong, for the great bubblegum heist of 2022. You broke into your castmate's room, right? Stole some bubblegum.
and you put it in my
Cheese
room.
balls.
Yeah,
Put it in my room so it looked like I stole it.
I do, yeah. Kayden, not Harley, Kayden definitely has a villainous side. I mean, I love to pull pranks with Lucy, and just have a little bit of fun on set. So yes, I did steal Reed's bubble gum and Cheetos, and I hid it in Izzy's room to make him get mad at her. There was payback, okay? They put a giant trash can into my dressing room. So
It's a big trash can. It's like a dumpster
it was
trash
really heavy. I had to take it out myself. That thing is super heavy. But no, we all have so much fun. Maybe too much fun on set sometimes.
It looks like behind the scenes, the cast all gets along well and plays pranks on each other. Isabella, are you partaking in any of these pranks behind the scenes?
Unfortunately, I am normally the person who gets blamed for the prank behind the scenes. I'm like the person that they hide everyone's stuff. Everyone's stuff that gets stolen is put in my room. But I do get pranked a lot. The other day, I was in my room and I kept hearing this knocking, and it was literally driving me insane because I couldn't tell where it was coming from. And our dressing room, on the one side of my wall is Malachi, who plays my younger brother Colby, and on this side it's Kayden. So I thought, okay, it's either Kayden or Malachi knocking on my wall. And they wouldn't stop for 5 minutes. And I look under my couch, and Malachi pops his little head out, and he's like, surprise! And I'm just screaming, and it was so terrifying, but it was worth it in the end.
Wait, Malachi was in your room? Under your couch?
And no one can fit under there. He's very nimble and small because I tried to fit under there and it didn't work.
Well, hopefully you'll have time to pay some revenge on your castmates and get back at them. We're almost out of time. Real quick, I want to ask you a question about the costumes. I know that in the pilot episode, for sure, they have a flashback where you're in your Havoc gear. Did you get any say in the costume, or did it go through iterations before you ended up with that final costume? And did you get any say in that?
So I actually am really lucky because the costume department really do collaborate with me on my costumes, personal style, but also, the villain thing. And I said that one of my main, one of the suits that I think is really cool is Scarlett Johansson's suit for Black Widow. And one thing that they did do was they scanned me, they made sure that it contoured my body, they made sure that it looked really good and it made me look good, which was really nice, you know, because sometimes they just design it without the actual person who's wearing it in mind, but they really designed it with me in mind. And the texture is so cool. Like the way it's printed, it's made where the Marvel suits are made. It's printed, it's like scales. It feels really cool. It almost looks like an exoskeleton. It almost looks like my skin. It's really cool. And it was such an interesting process because I've had probably about 4 different iterations of the suit as it was going through the different stages. And they redesigned it when it came to this series. And I'm just so happy with it. Every time I get in it, I was talking to Kayden about this. I wish I could feel as confident in that suit. I mean, I wish I could feel as confident in real life as I do in that suit. Because when I'm in that, I feel unstoppable.
Awesome. Well, we are sadly out of time. Isabella and Kayden, good luck with the series. It's called The Villains of Valley View, and it will be on the Disney Channel in June. Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
That's me, Amy, you know, just your average girl. This is my brother Jake. He has some strong qualities. Well, I also have a younger brother, Colby.
What up, fam?
He's going through changes. Okay, but my parents, this is how we're gonna spend our weekends.
This is what ordinary families do.
They're shockingly typical. We're the Maddens. Just your normal, wholesome, good family.
Aside from wanting to take over the world, just like everybody else.
We're just trying to fit in, and it's totally working. Right?
Everyone just act normal!
The Villains of Valley View premiere event, Friday, June 3rd on Disney Channel.